Michigan's football coach does things his way, an enthusiastic way, but a way different from his mentor Schembechler. That poor gum. It's getting chomped, mashed. It's a tiny, helpless glob in the ever-gnashing molars of Jim Harbaugh, who sits across the desk beneath the Michigan cap, smacking his jaws with the authority of a five-star general chewing on a recruit. If you want to be enthusiastic, then act enthusiastic, he roars, his eyes bulging, his face widening into total bemusement as if he's entertaining himself as well, yet all the while, those teeth keep banging, flattening the pale white niblet. Chomp, mash like a cow chewing its cud at warp speed, until you wonder if his mouth isn't an engine and that gum the fuel. Jim Harbaugh has an intense bite. It matches his bark, and as the college football season unfolds this weekend, it's a fitting measure of the coach of Michigan sports blog calls the most interesting man in the world, because despite the crazy summer, the endless headlines, the satellite camps, the Twitter flare-ups, the rap video, or the announcement that, at age 52, he is about to become a father again, for the 7th time, James Joseph Harbaugh, Mr. Who's Got It Better Than Us, is going into his second season as Michigan football guru with the same dynamic as his gum-chomping jaws. Related, Albom, Michigan State's Mark D'Antonio rejects flash builds on values. Related, breakout players, predictions, big questions for Michigan football. He just won't stop. What can I endure? Can I endure more? He ponders, removing his cap and rubbing his short brown hair, then yanking the cap back on again. Fighting Gamecocks? You know, they can lose an eye and keep fighting. Can I endure that? Wait, he's not really talking about having an eye gouged out, is he? When you're tired, no sleep. 2 hours sleep. Could I keep going? Wait, no sleep. I can face that adversity. What can I endure? However you want to say it, you pull the choke, you rev your engines. You motivate yourself. How do you be enthusiastic? You act enthusiastic. Got that? Welcome to Jim World. Full of fascination, here is a place where the gum is crushed and the pace is relentless and the news is never-ending and the tweets and airplanes fly constantly and equally as often. Yet somehow, remarkably, everyone seems happy. Outsiders may gape at the frenetic Harbaugh, the way he shows up like the Roadrunner. Beep beep, he's at the State of the Union address. Beep beep. He's coaching first base for the Tigers. Beep beep. He's sleeping over at a recruit's house. Beep beep. He's in a Twitter war with a media critic, and they may wonder, where's the fire? But hey, if you're maize and blue, you love the heat. In a single year, Harbaugh has become the most talked about coach in football. His encounters are chronicled across the internet. His photos pop up on celebrity sites. Following his whistle stops is like tracking Where's Waldo? Related, game-by-game picks. Will Michigan survive MSU, Iowa, OSU? But the kicker is, those closest to him find him just as fascinating as outsiders. His Wolverines players love their sometimes kooky, always khaki leader. The alumni do, too. The athletic director loves him so much. He's already upped his salary by $2 million a year to an annual take of $7 million through an insurance policy premium. $2 million more in the second year of his contract. Yep, and nobody in the inner circle said too much too soon. Only Harbaugh's critics say those words about everything he does. Does that faze him? Does he look like it fazes him? Fair and honest when the critics say, just coach the team, you expletive. Believe me, I am. Harbaugh insists. That's 99.9% of my focus. Then, why bother answering detractors on places like Twitter? Because if somebody character assassinates you, then you have the right to retort. And if someone is not telling the truth, then I believe I have the right to call him to task. Truth is important to Harbaugh. So he fires back at Jim Romo for a news conference incident. He fires back at Nick Saban over satellite camps. He fires back at Georgia coach Kirby Smart, who dared to suggest that Harbaugh's spring practice in Florida flirted with breaking NCAA rules. The more he swings, the more his Greek chorus applauds it. Yet he insists, I don't start things. I have not attacked anybody. But much like Sugar Ray Robinson, there's a counterpunch coming. If someone wants to shoot one over your bow, be ready to have one shot back over yours. It seems fair. It seems honest. Related Big Ten East, previewing MSU, OSU. Others division related, Michigan survives Harbaugh's fall camp. Feels more prepared than anybody in that, Harbaugh insists, it's all he's doing in his second act in Ann Arbor. Being honest, as he has ever sent a tweet he regrets. Not yet, he says. Being honest, does he regret leaving that news conference a few weeks back when reporters pressed about player suspensions? No, he says. I answered the question. I answered it twice. Some information is not for public consumption because it's not in the youngster's best interest. Being honest, last year, after the stunning last-second defeat by Michigan State, where the Wolverines punter, an Australian transfer student named Blake O'Neal, couldn't handle the snap and threw the ball away for a game-losing touchdown, Harbaugh, in the locker room, went to see how the Aussie was handling it. I said to Blake, how you doing? He said, oh, I'm fine. Then he said, Coach, do you think I'm gonna take some flack for this? And the I said, yeah. Mate, I think you're gonna take some flack for this. Being honest, just fun, but you see, even then, in hindsight, it's upbeat. They're having fun. It's all about fun. Enthusiasm unknown to mankind. Also the title of a new coffee table book about Harbaugh and his team. He invites Michael Jordan to Saturday's game against Hawaii to usher in the Nike era. Just fun. Tom Brady and Derek Jeter drop by for his signing day extravaganza. Just fun. He conducts 38 satellite camps in 30 days on 2 continents. Just fun. Wearing an Allen Iverson jersey or a Cal Ripken jersey, hitting home runs during a T-ball season, taking photos with Jerry Springer, texting Judge Judy, attending President Barack Obama's State of the Union address, cutting that rap record. Truth is important to Harbaugh, so he fires back at Jim Rome over a news conference incident. He fires back at Nick Saban over satellite camps. He fires back at Georgia coach Kirby Smart, who dared to suggest that Harbaugh's spring practice in Florida flirted with breaking NCAA rules. The more he swings, the more his Greek chorus applauds it. Yet he insists, I don't start things. I have not attacked anybody. But much like Sugar Ray Robinson, there's a counterpunch coming. If someone wants to shoot one over your bow, be ready to have one shot back over yours. It seems fair. It seems honest. Related Big Ten East, previewing MSU, OSU. Others division related. Michigan survives Harbaugh's fall camp. Feels more prepared than anybody in that. Harbaugh insists it's all he's doing in his second act in Ann Arbor. Being honest, as he has ever sent a tweet he regrets. Not yet, he says. Being honest, does he regret leaving that news conference a few weeks back when reporters pressed about player suspensions? No, he says. I answered the question. I answered it twice. Some information is not for public consumption because it's not in the youngster's best interest. Being honest, last year, after the stunning last-second defeat by Michigan State, where the Wolverines punter, an Australian transfer student named Blake O'Neal, couldn't handle the snap and threw the ball away for a game-losing touchdown. Harbaugh, in the locker room, went to see how the Aussie was handling it. I said to Blake, how you doing? He said, oh, I'm fine. Then he said, Coach, do you think I'm gonna take some flack for this? And the guy said, yeah, mate, I think you're gonna take some flack for this. Being honest, just fun, but you see, even then, in hindsight, it's upbeat. They're having fun. It's all about fun. Enthusiasm unknown to mankind. Also the title of a new coffee table book about Harbaugh and his team. He invites Michael Jordan to Saturday's game against Hawaii to usher in the Nike era. Just fun. Tom Brady and Derek Jeter drop by for his signing day extravaganza. Just fun. He conducts 38 satellite camps in 30 days on 2 continents. just fun. Wearing an Allen Iverson jersey or a Cal Ripken jersey, hitting home runs during a T-ball season, taking photos with Jerry Springer, texting Judge Judy, attending President Barack Obama's State of the Union address, cutting that rap record. So yes, the current coach was beat by the screaming, hot-tempered Michigan man. But here's the first assumptive pillar you knock over when you get to know Harbaugh. He is not a mini bow. He is not trying to be related. The most overrated and underrated teams in college football, you can scream at somebody and tell them they did something wrong. Or you can pat them on the back, tell them they did something right. But you're still not giving them the tools. The teacher her coach said can actually give you the tip or the advice to develop you as a player. Those are the real special ones. And that's who he's trying to be. Schembechler, in his way, hadn't loved his players despite his gruff exterior. And since he works just around the corner from Bo's old office, perhaps late at night, Harbaugh can still hear the old man stomping the hallways. But Harbaugh is very much 21st century. Bo might have been 17th century, and he has no problem parting with the old way of doing things. He doesn't think Bo would have used Twitter, by the way. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Bo was a tremendous advocate of that. Harbaugh insists. Why wouldn't he have used Twitter? Who knows? Like Schembechler, Harbaugh has conviction that is unshakable. He also, like his old coach, has a soft spot that he doesn't advertise. And that is the second assumptive pillar to fall. Harbaugh does a lot of small things that nobody notates and he doesn't advertise. Last January, for example, he was in a Cracker Barrel store when he saw a 6-year-old girl who was battling an illness. She was looking at a toy guitar. He struck up a brief conversation, then lifted the guitar, paid for it, gave it to the girl and went on his way. It's not a story you would have heard on Twitter or Instagram. Neither was his reaction when his wife, Sarah, came onto the field during a June camp and said, "I just came from the doctor. I'm pregnant." Then what happened? He is asked. Then what happened? His eyes bulge. Then you feel your feet aren't even touching the ground anymore. Like you're walking 3 feet in the air. Serenity. Excitement. He nearly breaks out in song. This is the football coach, remember. Jim World, the field general, which is not to say he doesn't cut into X's and O's. Harbaugh, the former college and professional quarterback, has a mind like a football atlas. He remembers every major snap from last season. And while the team finished 10-3, 6-2 in the Big Ten, he is quick to gush only about the positive. Take his former quarterback, Jake Rudick. We drew the long straw having Jake here. That was a godsend to our team. Exactly what we needed when we needed it. Yet he takes little credit for Rudick's mid-season transformation into a quality starter, deferring instead to Rudick's brain and quick study abilities. There were definitely times where I felt I was at an intellectual disadvantage with Jake. Harbaugh says, laughing. Egotists don't admit that. They don't admit the sting of that 27-23 Michigan State loss still lingers. It would have been nice to go a whole career without the Hail Mary getting thrown on you at the end of the game, he muses, or the kickoff return that gets lateraled 11 or 12 times. Or the punt that gets returned for a touchdown as time expires. It would have been nice to go a whole career without that, but it happened. So then it became a motivation to make darn sure that it never happens again. In his P&A show on Saturday, the second season begins, and Harbaugh has his sights set squarely on improvement, which means a perfect non-conference result likely, and victories over our rivals Michigan State and Ohio State considerably tougher. He is hunkered down now. So you won't likely see the avalanche of posts, photos, tweets, and headlines that dotted this summer. Maybe people calm down about Jim Harbaugh now. Maybe his newness runs its course, and his second season takes him off the front shelf and back into the inventory. Related, Michigan seniors itching to leave mark, reclaim Big Ten title, or maybe not. Harbaugh seems predestined to draw attention. From the khaki pants to the famous players' jerseys to the gum-chomping jaws and the hardtack smile, a prairie smile. The smile of a cowboy under a sun-baked hat that disarms even those predetermined to dislike him. Harbaugh remains, well, interesting. But the last assumptive pillar to fall should be the one that assumes this is all about him. It's not. It can't be. Why do you think children matter to Harbaugh? Why does an audience matter? Why did a roster of 80 or so kids, and an alumni base of millions, draw him out of the NFL and back to the college ranks? Critics think it's ego, but they're wrong. It's DNA. Remember, Jim Harbaugh was essentially part of a football team from diapers. His father was a coach. His friends were players. Harbaugh learned to be an individual within a huddle, within a program, within a stadium of 100,000. Part of that means you have to command people's attention, like a kid at a crowded dinner table trying to get the potatoes. So whether that's predicting a win against Ohio State, which he did as a player decades ago, or bursting on stage in a cameo during a theatrical production, which he did this year, Harbaugh likes to lead the parade. But he doesn't have to be the parade. For him, it's only fun if people are marching behind him. The Pied Piper played solo, but he wasn't content being alone. On he goes, the man with the bat, chomping madly on a piece of dead-eater trident and leading the charge to his own unique drum. Beep beep, he's throwing out a first pitch. Beep beep, he's on stage at a rock concert. Beep beep, he's doing push-ups with a walrus at a theme park. Beep beep, he's climbing a tree at a recruit's house. Beep beep, he's on the sidelines throwing a tantrum. Beep beep, he can't wait for his new baby so he can support it unconditionally. He just won't stop. That's the way it rolls in Jim world. And if he ever runs out of energy, starts to drag, loses speed, then he will pull on his own choke button and rev his own gas. You want to be enthusiastic? Act enthusiastic.